You know, this is a message for you, Donald Trump. You know, the very first terrorists and immigrants to come to the United States happened in 1492. And they came on the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. So, since you want to ship everybody back to where they came from, start with your own ancestors. Why don't y'all go back to Europe? Because nobody but the Native Americans came from America. Do you realize that when you're always talking about building walls? You know who should have built a wall? The Native Americans, to keep your terrorist ass and your ancestors out of America. So remember, when you're always talking about ship everybody back to where they came from, begin with your ancestors and then finish up with your wives, because none of them came from here. So they're immigrants. So start with their asses and get their asses out of here first. All your racist rhetoric that you protrude, it comes back full circle to you, because you're an immigrant your damn self. So remember that when you want to ship everybody back. Start with your ancestors and ship them back to Europe, because none of y'all came from here. Remember that. And on top of that, we didn't ask to come here. You brought us here. Your ancestors brought us over here. Y'all brought the African Americans over here to build a country up that you didn't rightfully own in the first place. So now that we're here, sleep in the bed you made. You wanted us here. You got us here. We're here to stay. We're not going anywhere. If you don't like America so much with all these immigrants, go back to your homeland where all your people are and leave America alone, because America is built on immigrants. And the Caucasian races are the biggest terrorists on the planet. There's no other race on the planet that has murdered, raped, steal, and almost annihilated every other race on the planet other than the Caucasian race. So when you talk about terrorists, you want to talk about terrorists? What about the terrorists that live here in America? Do you want to ship them back to where they came from? Like Timothy McVeigh, who killed hundreds of people. We don't talk about shipping him away. But you want to ship the Muslim away, who didn't kill nowhere near as many people as he did. What about the boy that killed all the people in South Carolina? You want to ship him off to where he came from? Because his ancestors didn't come from here either. Ship him away. Start with those terrorists. Start with the U.S. military, who kills and murders millions of people, women and children, every year. Start with them. You're always talking about getting rid of people and building walls. The Native Americans should have built a wall, and then we wouldn't have this problem right now, because everybody would be where they came from, which is what you try to send everybody to, is where they came from. You didn't come from here. Your ancestors didn't come from here. So start with yourself and your race of people first. You were the first immigrants. Go back where you came from.